Okay, in last lecture we discussed about the series of cooling curves, and now we'll see the next part. Okay, here we obtain the curve like this. Time versus temperature diagram is there. This is purely A percentage is there, and this is purely B percentage, and in between this is the combination. Okay, so 80 percentage of A, then 60 percentage of A, and for 80 percentage of A, 20 percentage of B is present. For 60% of A, 40% B is present. For 40% of A, 60% B present. And for 20% of A, 80% B is present. So in this way, we get this graph, and this is series of cooling curves. If we observe the diagram, second, so here this is TA, this is TB, and this becomes the liquid solution. This is the liquids. This is liquid plus solid solution. This is the solidus. Okay, and this is the solid solution. Purely solid solution is present. If we see the two metals of binary solid solution system are mixed in different portions, melted and then cooled, and a cooling curve is constructed for each composition. The phase diagram shows two distinct phases. One is liquid metal solution and the other is solid solution. Liquids is that line above which the alloy is in liquid state. Okay, if we consider the liquidus line, then above that liquidus line, the alloy is in liquid state, purely liquid state. See here, this is the liquidus line, and above this is purely liquid is present, above which the alloy is in liquid state, whereas solidification starts, solidus is that, below which the alloy is in solid state, and where the solidification completes. So this line, red color line, is solidus, and below the solidus, this completely solid solution is present. If a phase diagram for if in a phase diagram for each changes of phase, adequate time is allowed for the change to complete, so that phase change takes place under equilibrium conditions. The phase diagram will be known as equilibrium phase diagram. Generally, equilibrium conditions are not attained during the solidification of weld and casting. That results in porous, cored material, which is usually of very inhomogeneous composition. Okay, if in equilibrium condition is not attained, then at the time of solidification, when we do welding, that is, if we connect two different material, or if we connect the two parts together, then at that point some porous or cold material may be present there, because this is not in equilibrium condition. Okay, similarly in case of casting also that is present, and so that some porous material is present there. Then next is coring or dendritic segregation. Coring or segregation is the non-uniform distribution of constituents in a metal. This is called as coring or segregation. That is, uniformity is not there. If we consider the metal, the constituent, if we observe under the microscope, then we are not seeing that uniformly. Usually a concentration of certain constituents and or impurities arising during freezing and generally instant throughout subsequent operations is known as a segregation. A cored structure arises from a compositional gradient produced within crystal of a solid solution by a progressive freezing. If we observe this diagram, first diagram is related to dendrites of a copper tin alloy, and this is casting process. Ag is present 26% and Sn is present, and 5% that is copper is also present there. Then if we see interpretation of phase diagram, this is the interpretation. Temperature versus the actually time is there. So if we consider, this is again the liquidus state, this is solidus state, then this is completely liquid, this is completely solid. Okay, and this is bismuth and antimony. Following three useful conclusions are the rules necessary for interpreting the phase diagrams. First rule is prediction of phases. Okay, here we predict the phases. Second rule is phase composition. We get phase composition, and third rule is lever arm principle. Rule first, prediction of phase. Form a phase diagram. Specific information can be obtained only if a temperature and a composition are specified. For example, the state of the alloy of composition 30% bismuth can be determined only with reference to a certain temperature. Thus, when this alloy is at 1200 degree Fahrenheit, point 1 is located, and when it is at 900 degree Fahrenheit and 600 degree Fahrenheit, points 2 and 3 are located respectively. The next step is to determine the phase or phases present at the point number 1, 2, and 3. Point 1 with 30%, that 30% B bismuth is present, 70% SB is present, alloy at 1200 degree Fahrenheit. Only one phase, that is the liquid solution, is present here. If we consider the point second with the same alloy but 900 degree Fahrenheit, two phases are present, that is liquid solution and solid solution. Okay, see here, this is the 900 degree Fahrenheit, so two phases are there here, that is liquid solution and solid solution is present. Okay, this is solid solution, liquid solution, both are present in this condition. Point 3 with the same alloy but 600 degree Fahrenheit, only one phase, that is the solid solution, is present. If we consider the 600, then only solid solution is considered here. To find out the composition, okay, second rule, that is phase composition. To find out the composition of phases which are stable at given temperature, say 900 degree Fahrenheit, draw a horizontal line OP at the given temperature. At 900 degree Fahrenheit, draw the horizontal line. So OP at the given temperature, the projection of the intersection of the isothermal line with the solidus and liquidus respectively give the composition of the solid and liquid which coexist in equilibrium at the temperature. If we draw this isothermal line, and if that line gets intersected at solidus and liquidus respectively, then it gives the composition of the solid and liquid which coexist in equilibrium at the temperature. Okay, if we consider the liquid phase, point P has the composition roughly 62% bismuth. Solid phase, point O has the composition roughly 14% bismuth. Rule third, lever arm principle. Besides indicating the number of phases and phase composition, the phase diagram also tells the proportion of coexisting phases at any given temperature. So proportion is also told by this rule. Second, that to determine the relative amount of two phases, that is erect and ordinate, at a point, say 30% bismuth on the composition scale, which give the total or overall composition of the alloy. The intersection of this composition, vertical, that is AL, and a given isothermal line, that is OP. This AL vertical line and OP is horizontal line. See here, AL and OP. The intersection of this composition, vertical AL and given isothermal line OP, that is point M, is the fulcrum of a simple lever system, and OM and MP are two lever arms. Okay, this is called as fulcrum. Is fulcrum, and OM and OP becomes the arms. The relative length, sorry, OM and MP. OM and MP becomes the arms. The relative length of the lever arms multiplied by the amount of the phase present must balance. The amount of a given phase multiplied by its lever arm is equal to the amount of other phase multiplied by its lever arm. This is called as the lever rule. It can also be seen that the proportion of solid corresponds to the length of the segment adjacent to liquid lines, whereas the fraction of liquid corresponding to the length of segment adjacent to the solidus line. The isothermal line OMP can be considered as a tie line since it joins the composition of two phases in equilibrium at a specific temperature. The amount of solid phase, if we calculate, then MP upon OP into 100. Okay, here MP becomes 62 minus 30, OP becomes 62 minus 14. See here, bismuth, if we consider percentage of bismuth, this is 60 and this is 62. So 62 and this is 30. So 62 minus 30 becomes MP. And divided by OP means 62 minus 14. OP is OP. 62 minus 62 minus 14. This is the 14. So this is the OP. So 62 minus 30 upon 62 minus 14 is equal to 100. That is 66 into 2 by 3 percentage. And the amount of liquid phase present becomes OM upon OP into 100. That is 30 minus 14 upon 62 minus 14 into 100. That is 33 of 1 upon 3 percentage. First point is, say at point Q. Q means, we see diagram. Okay. So consider any point Q. We read first. Say at point Q in liquid plus solid region in a phase diagram, a line passing through the point Q and parallel to the base is drawn. The line intersects the liquidus and solidus at point P and R respectively. Okay, that line is intersect at P and O. So in this case, the line is intersect at solidus at point P and R respectively. Can you determine the percentage of solid at point Q if PR is 6 centimeter and QR is 2.4 centimeter in length? If answer is S, determine percentage solid, and if no, justify your answer. Okay, this is actually one of the sample question which may ask in your exam. If we consider the classification of equilibrium diagrams, then classification is an equilibrium diagram has defined as a plot of the composition of phases as a function of temperature in any alloy system under equilibrium conditions. Equilibrium diagrams may be classified according to the relation of the components in the liquid and solid state as follows. Components completely soluble in liquid state, first point is, and also completely soluble in the solid state. Components completely soluble in liquid state, but partly soluble in the solid state. And the components completely soluble in liquid state, but insoluble in the solid state. That is eutectic reaction. The components completely soluble in the liquid state. The peritectic region is there. Next is components partially soluble in the liquid state, but completely soluble in solid state and partly soluble in the solid state. Components are completely insoluble in the liquid state and completely insoluble in solid state. Okay, a study of this diagram will illustrate the basic principle which may be applied to understand and interpret the more complex alloy system. Two metals completely soluble in the liquid and solid state. A system that illustrates an equilibrium diagram in which there is complete solubility in the liquid and solid state is that the antimony bismuth system. Examples of other such systems are nickel, copper, that is NiCu, AuAg, CrMo, and WMO. Since the two metals such as Sb and Bi or Ni and Cu, etc., are completely soluble in the solid state, the only type of solid phase form will be a substitutional solid solution. The equilibrium diagram consists of two lines only, that is liquidus and solidus. Above the liquidus, there is a uniform liquid solution for any alloy in the series, while below the solidus, there is a single solid solution of any alloy. Between the liquidus and solidus, both liquids and solid solutions coexist. Consider an alloy containing 30% bismuth. If we see this diagram, here 30% bismuth is present and 70% antimony is present. As the liquid alloy cools, the freezing starts at about 1080 degree Fahrenheit. See here, 1080 degree Fahrenheit. So at that temperature, freezing is started. If we consider in degrees Celsius, that is 582 degrees Celsius, that is liquid state, liquidus state or liquidus line is there. At that point, the freezing gets started. The composition of solid form or liquid at any point, say 2m, can be found from the equilibrium diagram as explained under this section. As cooling continues, a stage, that is a point n, reaches when the whole mass is solid, and further cooling will bring the solid to the room temperature. If we consider the solidification or liquid alloy or of this type consists of two processes. First is formation of crystals in the melt at say point S and growth of crystal just as the point M. Homogenization of the composition in various parts of each crystal by diffusion between core and encasement and by diffusion between core and melt. So these are the processes. If we consider the eutectic system, in an eutectic reaction, when a liquid solution of fixed composition solidifies at a constant temperature, forms a mixture of two or more solid phases without an intermediate pasty stage. This process reverses on heating. So here, if we observe the diagram or reaction, this is liquid, it gives solid 1 plus solid 2, and this is reversible reaction. So cooling takes place and heating also takes place in reverse condition. This is actually liquid state and this is solid plus solid state. In eutectic system, there is always a specific alloy known as eutectic composition that freezes at a low temperature than all other compositions. At the eutectic temperature, two solids form simultaneous from a single liquid phase. The eutectic temperature and composition determines a point on the phase diagram called the eutectic point. If we consider the binary alloy eutectic system, it can be classified as first type is one in which two, if we consider the two metals, okay, in between that two metals, if we consider the one that becomes completely soluble in the liquid state but are insoluble in each other in the solid state. If you consider the second, two metals are completely soluble in the liquid state but are partly soluble in each other in the solid state. Again, this is temperature versus time diagram. This is percentage of metal A, percentage of metal B. This is eutectic temperature E at eutectic point. Two metals completely soluble in the liquid state but completely insoluble in solid state. Technically, no two metals are completely insoluble in each other. However, in some cases, the solubility is so restricted that for practical purposes, they may be considered insoluble. We see this diagram. So temperature versus composition diagram is there. This is completely liquid state. This is liquid plus solid state. This is completely solid state. This E point is eutectic point, this point, then ET is eutectic temperature. This temperature is eutectic temperature, G is eutectic composition. This is the composition. So CD is present 0 and 0%. And if you consider BI, it is present 100%. And reverse case is there. CD is present as 100% and BI is present as 0%. And between them, the percentage of composition becomes 20 for CD and 80 for BI. 40 for CD, 60 for BI, 60 for CD, 40 for BI, 80 for CD, 20 for BI, like that. So this is bismuth cadmium equilibrium diagram. So today we stop here. So we'll learn about the this graph. Then cooling curve for two metals insoluble in solid state, eutectic systems. Then two metals completely soluble in liquid and solid state, that type of explanation. Classification of equilibrium diagrams, then rules, lever arm principle, phase composition, prediction of phases, these rules. Then interpretation of phase diagram, this diagram is also seen. Then coring or dendritic segregation, series of cooling curves. Okay, so this much we finish in today's lecture. Thank you.